Hey everyone, Game Test here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the complete history of Spidaris, because for some reason, you guys seemed really interested in this topic. I've been interviewed about it, asked about it, and when I was hosting on Hive Drama Alert, a lot of people seemed to want to know more. Well, there's a lot that I did not cover, a bunch actually, that I didn't really cover in the Hive Drama Alert video. So this entire video, I'm going to be talking about it. Make sure to like and subscribe as we're on the road to 1,000. I'm heavily underrated. So let's get into it right now. So I'm going to be splitting this video up into 3 sections. Category 1, pre-HDG era. Category 2, during HDG era. And Category 3, post-HDG era. Now, what does HDG stand for? Hurrah Dev Gaming, my old channel. As you guys probably know, I had some run-ins with Spidaris and was probably the group's biggest enemy. So, I've kind of labeled it based off before, after, and when I was there, present during these events. So getting into the before, Spidaris was just a guy who just kind of appeared one day in the Hive community back in the beginning of 2023. He would start trolling streamers, most notably Rival Nolan, who has now deleted his channel. He would expose Rival Nolan for being, Rival Nolan for being a PDF file, and would show evidence where he was talking on Discord to one of their fake accounts, and Rival Nolan would use his autism as an excuse for why he did it. He was, keep in mind, just turned 18, I believe, at the time. Either way, eventually Spidaris and Rival Nolan would kind of become friends, I guess, and Rival Nolan would join the group that they formed called Bedrock SS. Bedrock SS was a person and the name of the group, if I can remember correctly. Then Spidaris would just go around trolling YouTubers using mainly the Can I Have Free Hive Plus? And he would troll one dude who had 50k, if I remember correctly. He also trolled YouTubers such as Breezy. He trolled Clockworks, if I remember that right. He trolled It's Jordan, Do Dragon, and a couple of other ones that never really became notable creators in the Hive community. But either way, he was still trolling these people and was making trolling compilations based off of what he was doing. And that is pretty much it for the before era. Not much happened, just a guy trolling. But obviously we're going to get into more degree of what his trolling was in the next category that we're going to adventure into. Now in the Game Tester Gaming / HDG era, when I met Spidaris & Co. So before we talk about how I ran into them, we have to talk about what I looked like at the time. I was just streaming a bunch of Fortnite, almost had 100 subscribers, was streaming on Villains Town, making really crappy videos, and one day my friend Sirman P, who was not a streamer yet, he wasn't even really making content yet, he decided to talk me into streaming Hive, and I would, and my Hive stream would be an absolute blast. Then Sirman P would go AFK for a second, and when he would leave, some dude would join my chat and would ask me for Hive Plus. Naturally, I didn't even know what really Hive Plus was at the time and was definitely not giving it away. So he bothered me for about 10-20 minutes before I eventually timed him out. Then he came back on an alt, another alt, and another alt. Eventually, he just started slurring us with actual slurs, including my friend Dark, who he called an R-word slur. I believe they also said the N-word, which they've done multiple times elsewhere, but I believe that they also called us the N-word here. Eventually, enough of this was enough, and I would get stressed out and would take down the stream and would stop streaming. So this made Spidaris & Co. mad because they didn't get the content for their next video off of me. So I decided to do an experiment, and me and Sirman P would go live again, and naturally they came back. I tried to tell them what they were doing was wrong, that this wasn't just trolling, it was straight up harassment, but they wouldn't listen, would keep on calling us slurs. Eventually, I would make a grave mistake and jokingly say if they didn't stop, I would make a video on them and would end my stream. So after this, considering I was not a Hive YouTuber at the time, I just straight up stopped doing Hive content. I just went back to streaming Fortnite, streaming FNAF, but they would follow. They would grief my friend's realm, call me the N-word, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and would just chase me across my channel for a month. Yeah, they pretty much tortured my channel for an entire month. So eventually, enough was enough, and I would end up making a video after they practically begged me to, where I just kind of showed the screenshot and said this guy's a bad person. Well, Rival Nolan's goofy PDF file self made a video bashing me, thinking it would be a good idea when he himself is a PDF file. Well, naturally that did not end well on his part, which we'll talk about that later. I had nothing to do with it, it was after me, but again, that's next category. There's a lot of drama in the next category that we're going to get into. So, I would just kind of do my own thing. They would find me on Xbox, would message me on Oz. I ended up getting to a call with Sirman P, and we joined a call with Debs, who we'll talk more about later, Spidars and Bedrock SS, and they tried to negotiate with me, which naturally we didn't even do anything. Then Sirman P would start streaming on his channel, and naturally they would go there. So eventually they would lead me into another Xbox call, and I would join. And what I got was something that nobody was expecting. They had doxed me and were threatening to SWAT my house if I didn't delete my channel. Naturally speaking, I complied because I was pretty much just fed up. Deleted that channel since it only had like 100 subs anyways, and decided to start the channel which you are now watching this on, Game Tester Gaming, on I believe September 5th, 2023. I wouldn't see them again after that, and would pretty much do my own thing. They would continue uploading, and on their channel, they would often use my face for just no reason and slander it into the ground. But after a whole month of uploading, they would show up again, threaten to SWAT me again, and at this point I was so fed up, and I just left the community until January, when they were gone, which we'll talk about how they got gone in the next category, which is probably the most juiciest category. I was literally so scared to even hear a police siren for like a month straight, because I was just fearing that they would do it just to get me. I mean, these people found out that I played baseball for only one day in 5th grade, which really happened. Like, they were really willing to go this deep over a beef that shouldn't even be existent. Like, I didn't have no beef with them. They were picking on a child. Keep in mind, Doris was 17 at this time. He was like, what, 3 years older than me? Like, golly, Spy Doris, what was the point of that? But there, it gets a lot deeper. And now we're going to go into the category of post-game test era. So Sirman P would continue streaming, and they would naturally show up, one time even acting like I had killed myself in chat, which was really stupid. I don't know why they did that, but they would just keep on bothering Sirman P. So eventually Sirman P would join their Discord server to see how the whole thing works, and what would he find? Nothing good. They had CP in there, gore, pictures of a real school shooting, and the main part about it was this one area where they would send in pictures of streamers or links of streamers and send their people to go troll. There was like, I believe he said 30-ish people was in the server, and they would all have alt accounts too, using VPNs. It was just a whole system. Now you may be asking yourself, why did they want to troll these streamers? In my case, it was just because they hated me for no flipping reason. In other cases, it was a personal gain. Debs, one of Spidaris' friends, had developed a hack client, and he wanted people to download and join his client. So the only way to get them to stop trolling you was to join their client. This came from an insider named Thomas. Thomas offered me to join the client, which I denied. Obviously, this happened after they griefed my realm, and obviously, I had denied. It's Jordan did not deny and would end up joining this hack client. I don't think Jordan ever used the hack client. He just like downloaded it or something. I don't remember, but he did do something with Debs. It was on Debs' old channel, which has been deleted. Most of these channels I'm talking about are deleted. If there is any out there, you're free to go find them. But they all got deleted, and we'll get into why. Like, naturally, we already covered why mine's deleted, but we'll get into like why the others are deleted in a second. So the last thing this group really did was target Hive YouTuber Draven Plays, who has also deleted his channel, and he was exposed, just like Rival Nolan, for being a PDF file. And Spidaris had revealed a video on it, and then Draven made his own video where he literally showed the screenshots. Like, Draven Plays literally took a picture of his you-know-what and sent it to a 13-year-old. So this is why I say, like, I was actually kind of happy when they did this. Like, it was well deserved. Like, they weren't threatening to swat him or anything. They just said delete your channel or we'll dox you, which I don't agree with the doxing part, but I do agree that Draven should have deleted his channel, and he didn't. Draven's channel was up well into when I came back to Hive streaming. His channel was up until around, what, I think May? That was insane, but now he's deleted his channel. So Draven Plays is another person who we've gladly gotten to leave our community. I could make a whole video on the Draven Plays situation. If you guys do want to see a whole video talking about Draven, because it gets really juicy there if you want to talk about that. Because I was still active, like, watching Hive community at this time. This was in October of 2023, so I was still actively watching Hive content at this time. I left Hive in November completely. So, but if you guys do want to see a whole video on the Draven Play situation, let me know. I'll kind of tell you a little bit more, but it's just a brief thing that we're talking about here to kind of explain. And after this, what would happen is, well, their Discord server would get deleted, first of all. And Ixie would get into a fight with Spidaris. So Ixie would cause Spidaris to leave in November. He would delete his channel, or I believe his channel got terminated. Yeah, Spidaris' channel got terminated. So Spidaris would leave his channel permanently, for the most part. And Ixie would continue streaming. Bedrock SS would quit YouTube. Rival Nolan would delete his channel. I don't know why Rival Nolan deleted his channel. I don't know if it has something to do with Spidaris, and Spidaris was starting to have beef with Nolan again. I don't know if Nolan chose to leave. His Twitch is also gone, if I remember correctly. But he just kind of disappeared. And what would happen is around May, June-ish, Spidaris would come back to YouTube. I would actually run into him while I was live, but he wouldn't, oddly enough, want to beef with me, which was very weird. But he would end up doxing Ixie and forcing Ixie to delete his channel. And now Ixie is also gone off the face of the internet. And what it actually turned out was that Ixie pulled an Echo Fire and faked having, well, he just pulled an Echo Fire. And Ixie had also, his hack client was not a hack client. It was a virus. It would infect your computer if you downloaded it. So that was just kind of scummy. You're doing this bad stuff. You can't even make a real hack client. You're evil. I'm being sarcastic and joking. If you can't tell, I obviously don't support hack clients. But anyway, so Ixie is gone at this point, and Spidaris would kind of leave the internet again, where he would come back now, present day, and is now making CS2 Go videos. Trolling, naturally, but it actually just seems like lighthearted trolling. One more thing that I did forget to mention, one of the other things that Spidaris told me he did, I'm just going to throw this in here right here. He also did get a Hive YouTuber terminated for wearing inappropriate skins. So RIP to that streamer. But that is pretty much the complete history of Spidaris. Spidaris himself, I guess, got a peaceful ending. Ixie was pretty much thrown into the pit. Bedrock SS quit. And Rival Nolan also quit. And there was a few others in the group, such as Subnautic or I think his name was, I don't even remember what his name was. It was Draco, I believe. But both of them quit, as far as I'm concerned. And for the most part, we don't have to worry about people like that again. But these people just tormented the Hive community in 2023. And the reason why I didn't mention this earlier was because you guys were probably asking for evidence. I can't give you evidence since literally all of it has been just deleted. But I'm sure a quick interview with anybody would probably tell you that it happened. But they just tormented every Hive YouTuber. I mean, I remember hearing from Breezy that Squad of Bozos also had runs-in with Spidaris. I think Fair Rose even had a run-in with them. I mean, if you were a Hive YouTuber, chances are Spidaris had tackled you in 2023. If you got on his good side, you didn't have to fear him. If you just were on his bad side, which for some reason I was, he would go all out to get rid of you. Like, I was the worst person that they did this to. Like, they did dox somebody. It wasn't Rival Nolan, but they did dox another YouTuber before, which I still don't know who it was. They haven't come out and spoke, but still, they did say, if I remember correctly, that I was the worst case that they had ever done, for just no reason. But that is the complete history of Spidaris. If you would like to, go ahead and like and subscribe, as it would mean a lot, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.